Hello guys, this is Tony Hahn with Keller Williams from the Veritas Group, and this is going to be my 13th video for the 30 for 30 video posting challenge, and I will be continuing on the topic of the 8 steps involved in submitting an offer for your home, which I started yesterday. So just to give you a recap, yesterday I spoke about the first step will be to get a pre-approval letter from your lender so that it could cover the cost, the amount, the funds needed of the sales price and the amount that you will basically make a down payment for. So you want to give the seller assurance that you will be able to afford the home, and then basically the lender provides a professional letter that basically gives them assurance that you are pre-approved to get that funding. And now the second one was to find the right property from your home. So basically that you would find a home that best fits your family and your personal lifestyle, such as maybe having some good key amenities that's really needed for your home, for your family. If it's a senior, well, maybe a hospital and maybe closeness to markets, to having being in an area where there's a really good strong school district if you have children. And some other factors would be just getting an idea of how many days the property was out in the market, or basically the history, how long of the current owner was actually living in the property, to what kind of key upgrades they may have done in their property. Because depending on the answer to those, you may be able to negotiate or come up with a good offer price that may be advantageous for you, which is naturally going to be the third one. Third step will be to find the right pricing for your house. So like I mentioned, you would need to calculate the best offer price, and based on your answers to the previous items that I mentioned earlier about the history, about any key renovations, about how long the homeowner may have lived, you may be able to come up with a good price that may work to your advantage. And now, to continue on, the fourth step will be to determine the right earnest deposit. So earnest deposit is basically part of your down payment cost, which is basically 1 to 3% typically. And of course, the more you submit an earnest deposit for, the more it will basically give the idea that you are really willing to buy the property to the seller, so the seller may like you more. Whereas the other hand, if you put a 1% deposit, then your seriousness of wanting the property may be questioned. So that's going to be my fourth step. Now the fifth step is going to be basically what is the contingencies, considering the contingencies involved in the home. So basically there's 5 contingencies, which is first one being the home inspection, second one being the appraisal, third one being the loan contingency, fourth one being the home sales contingency. So if you need to sell your property in order to get the house, that may be a contingency. And then the last one will be a title contingency, which is if there's a blemish in your property for some reason, you may be able to recover your earnest deposit if that is the case. Okay, so the next step is going to be writing the offer. Okay, so an offer is going to be considered, we're going to need basically your name, the property address, and you're going to need the earnest deposit as we discussed, any contingencies that you want to include on the offer, the complete list of fees and the closing costs, the dates that you'd like to close on the home, and the preferred move-in dates for the home, and the deadline to close on your home. So of course these are all going to be negotiable, and depending on how talented and how experienced your agent is, they may be able to help you get the property without having all these contingencies, right? So that's going to be the 6th step. And now the 7th step is going to be negotiating the price and terms of the sale. So there could be multiple counter offers depending on the factors that we mentioned before. There may be a particular issue with the property, and depending on that, you may let's say you have an issue with the roofing, and based on that, you may be to propose a different pricing on the home or whatnot, right? So in those kind of particular cases, you may be able to, with the experience of the real estate agent, may be able to get you a favorable offer to get the home. And so lastly is going to be finalizing and signing the contract. So once everything is agreed upon by you and the seller, basically you guys are going to be able to sign the contract. And once that's signed, after you sign it and the seller signs it, then the lender will take over after the pre-approval to submit the loan process, to start the loan process, and then they will be ordering a independent appraisal. And of course, after that point, you will be able to schedule your home inspection so that you could, depending on if you had the contingency or not, you may be able to leverage that to get your home. Okay, so this is the 13th video, and thank you for your time, and see you again tomorrow.